Hi, I'm Rainer, and welcome to my train room. Today, I have myself just a bit of a project. So last winter, I was at a train show and stopped by one of the booths, one of the tables, and was looking at these old passenger car kits. And the vendor made me, well, an offer I couldn't refuse. I can't remember what I paid for them, but it wasn't a whole lot. And I got all 5 boxes. Now, I hope they're complete. My understanding is that they should be complete kits, but that some of the parts might be mixed up from one box to the other. So I think I need to actually open all of them and figure out what I actually have. But what these are old Walther's passenger car kits that are wood and metal. So we'll see what it's like to build them. There are some instructions in there. I don't know if all of them are in there. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them all. One says this is a combine, so there should be 2 of those, dining car, rail fan car, and a gas electric, or gas elect, it says. So I'm really not sure what I'm up against. It looks like most of them don't have trucks, maybe all of them, but I do have some passenger car trucks on the shelf that I bought specifically for these cars, so that what I don't have, I can use those. So I'm going to just start opening this up and trying to sort out what's what, see what I have, what I can build. I have no idea what these are going to be like to build, but it looks like they could be a fun challenge. They look like they have really nicely detailed metal sides and wood roof, and I don't know what else there is. So I'm going to just start with one of these and open it up. So this seems to have a wood floor, wood roof, some detailed parts, including a ladder, and nothing else. What's in box number 2? So this has floor, roof, a couple of metal sides. A little bit more promising. Here's the ends of the car, all metal parts, lots of metal detailed parts. So that one looks like it might be more of a complete thing. These were supposed to be the same car. So this has a lot of parts. This has a lot of parts missing. So let's see if I can find those missing parts in another box. This one's quite heavy, so I'm not quite sure what's in here. I'm thinking it might have extra parts. So this has some more. Okay, so those are the ends of the car, a lot of detailed parts. Somebody has done some painting or something or other on these. Okay, so we have one nice long side here, and that's a detailed part that fell out. We have lots of sides in this box. So that looks like, oh, I don't know what's going on here yet. So this one box has 2 long ones, 2 of this length, 2 of that length, a roof, another long side. So this car has 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and this is 2. So this box had enough sides for 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in the one box. So my guess is this is all the sides for the other cars. Just a wild guess here that these look like about the right length for that. So let's put those in there for now. And yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what all of this is. What else is in there? And there is a floor and a painted, filthy roof. Okay. This is interesting. It's like a big puzzle. I have a bit of a puzzle here to build, so I think what I'm going to do is start trying to figure this out one car at a time, and then go from there. So that was a few days ago. Since then, I have actually managed to build one of the cars. Now, I do have a few detail parts, extra parts. Some of them might be for this car, some of them not. But there are definitely some little vents and things like that that came in here as detail parts that I need to put on the roof still. But I haven't done that yet. But I got the car functioning on the track. I've run some laps around, pulling it with the train. Works great. So here's what I ended up doing. I went through those boxes, those 5 boxes. And this is the one that was labeled as the dining car. If you remember at the beginning of the video, there was the one box, this one, that had enough sides for 4 cars in it and a whole bunch of extra parts and things like that. So after going through it, I was able to figure out that one set of the sides actually belonged to the dining car. Whoever had had these before had painted it green, and this was the filthy black roof that was in that box. Now, 2 of the cars actually have plastic roofs. The rest are wood roofs. This was one of the ones that was a plastic roof. And somebody has done a finishing job on it where it looks like they've put strips of masking tape across and painted it black to make it look like an old roof. I ended up painting it gray. I'm not totally thrilled with the look of it, but it's okay, it'll do. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to glue the vents on, glue the other little detail parts on it, and I'll call it a day. Now, the ends are gray, and I'll get to what happened with that. I was intending to have them the same color as the rest of the body of the car, but stuff happens. Procedure for building one of these cars was, first of all, I figured out which sides belonged to this car, which floor, which roof, things like that. And then I went and sprayed the sides and what I thought were the correct ends for this car with the airbrush in this Tuscan red, and got those painted. And then I dug out the roof, got ready to paint that, figured out which roof went with this, and then I realized that the ends that were in the box were actually the wrong ends for this car because they weren't curved on the ends like they need to be for this roof. So I dug through the other boxes and found a set of ends that does work on it, and then I just sprayed those gray at the same time as I did the roof. So that's why they ended up gray. I may go and paint them this Tuscan color after the fact, but for now, I got the car together. So with one of these car kits, the first thing you do, once you have the sides painted and you need to figure out which parts are what, you start with gluing one of the ends to the floor, and the floor is just a piece of wood. And then once the end is glued on, you can glue the 2 sides on. And then what happened was the piece of wood at the end was just slightly too long, so I couldn't put the end on, so I actually ended up having to file it down a little bit. And that's one of the things that happens with these types of kits is things don't always fit perfectly, and you need to know how to do it and have the tools to make the things fit. Once I had the sides and the ends glued onto the floor, it was time to do the lettering because I needed to be able to get the lettering onto the car before I put the windows in, because it all gets a coat of flat clear to seal in the lettering, and I didn't want to damage the windows. So the next thing was to put the lettering on. And this is from a decal set from, it's wet transfer decal set from Black Cat. They have sets for Algoma Central passenger cars, including the dining car. And I made this one to be the 501 Cafe car. Now, apparently at some point in Algoma Central history, they had a cafe car, sort of a almost dining car, lettered number 501 in kind of this color scheme, but it was not one of the heavyweight type of cars. The dining cars I remember riding on and going into to work on them with my dad was the 504 and 505, which were like stainless and silver colored cars. And then there was also the 511 cafe car. So I may build models of those later on, but for now, I just thought, let's pick a number that actually existed on the railroad, even if it isn't an exact model. All of these components you see down here, other than the trucks and the couplers, are all pieces of wood. And it comes with some strip wood to make the center beam that goes down the middle of the car. And it comes with little metal cast pieces that are where the trucks mount, but you have to figure out where they all go. And on this drawing, these are scale drawings, so they are the correct dimensions. What I did was I just used a pair of calipers and measured how far they were from the ends to get an idea, transferred those measurements to here, and drilled the holes for the proper spots. The center beam, it gives you measurements at the top of how to cut it, but you need to cut all the wood. The little side supports, it didn't even come with the wood, strips of wood for that, where I have a whole bunch of model lumber, dimensional lumber for building models, so I cut some pieces out of that and put them in. All of these little baggage compartments and water tanks and things like that, these are all just either square, rectangular, round pieces of wood that come with it. And it had little cast metal doors that you glue on. So all of these detail components, other than these little brake parts and the doors, are all pieces of wood. And so I'm not too worried that the bottom is not perfectly black. I just wanted to make it dark color because this is going to be running on my layout. And as long as I can see looking from the side, it looks black. That's good enough for me. I'm not worried about getting super finely detailed on it. I do need to still put some steps in here and some rails on the back and things like that. And some of those are in the box. And like I said, there's vents that need to go on the roof. Once the bottom was kind of detailed and all the details were on there and the mounting plates for the trucks were in place, I started to look at the inside of the car. And since it comes with no interior details, I got online and 3D printed some tables and chairs with a kitchen that was kind of for a car this size, and I trimmed it to fit. If I was to do it again, I think I would do it differently, and I'll explain that in a minute. I also wanted to illuminate this car, so what I did was I glued LEDs to the roof, 3 LEDs to the roof, ran wires down that come down this end, and in this end of the car, and you can see it in these other shots that I have, I actually built a little stay alive circuit. Now, I will not take credit for designing that stay alive circuit. I actually patterned it off of something on Larry Puckett's YouTube channel, and I'll put a link up here to it. I modified that design just a little bit, soldered it together in a size that would fit in here, and I blanked out the windows, and there's dividing wall in the interior that I put in here, so you can't see. I mean, I suppose if you look in through the end window, you can see the capacitor and stuff in there, but I put it so you don't see all the electronics just looking through the window and you don't see the wires. Works great. Lift this off the tracks and the lights stay on for probably a minute or so inside the car, so certainly enough to make it over any breaks in the track. Works great. The trucks I put on it were Walther's passenger car trucks that I bought. I bought those at a train show somewhere, and they have power pickups built into them. There's little screws on the top, and the mounts for them, because I had to get them to stand off the car enough for clearance, I just printed some small bushings on my 3D printer. Took me a while to get it kind of right, and actually in hindsight I think I could have made them a little bit shorter, but I also didn't want the wheels to interfere with the coupler mounts or anything. But I probably could have gone up another maybe 1/16 of an inch and lowered the profile of this car, and I think it would have looked better, but I think it looks okay for now. Body mounted KD couplers on the ends. The biggest challenge I had with this car getting it together was the roof. Because it was a plastic roof, it was old, somebody had painted it, put this tape on it, the whole thing was warped and bowed up at the ends, down in the middle, and what it has is a mounting screw going up the middle, and when I did that, the ends were floating up in the air. So I tried heating it up and straightening it, clamping it, but it just kept going back to what it was. So I ended up actually gluing it on and clamping it into place in the glue set until the glue set. So hopefully it will work. Downside of that is that it's not easy to lift the roof off because it is glued on solid. So I hope everything just keeps working the way it's supposed to. Not terribly difficult to build, but you do need to do some measuring on your own. You do need to be a little bit creative with how you mount the trucks. You need to get a little bit creative with getting the couplers at the right height. So I had to cut a little bit of a metal bar off here and, get my coupler height gauge out and figure out what kind of shims I needed to glue in place to get the couplers at the correct height. But it runs just fine on the track. In derail, works fine behind my locomotives, works fine in combination with my other passenger cars. One thing I would definitely do differently is I would not print the interior the way I did. I think I'm going to have to find a different way to do it because this passenger car interior is like many of the interiors you find that's got on a flat base plate with everything printed on top, and it actually makes the chairs and the tables too high in the car. So I think I'm going to need to find another way to do it, maybe have something that prints it from the side and everything is sitting right on the actual wood floor of the car and not on a plastic base for the interior. So that's the only thing that I'm not really thrilled with. It was a bit of a gruesome task. All the passengers I put in there got cut off at the waist so that their heads were not too high in the car. So fortunately, they don't bleed being plastic figures. Anyway, if you see one of these kits and you're up for a little bit of a challenge, don't be afraid of it. They do go together pretty well. Just follow the instructions. I actually really like the instructions. They're kind of entertaining. If you look on the other side, they say, don't louse it up. Follow these suggestions, read the instructions, use a good cement, one made for the job. And they have a little bit of humor in it. And, when all else fails, read the instructions. So the measurements, everything you need really is on this side of the instructions, but you do need to measure things yourself and figure out how to make it work. So overall, worked out okay. Definitely want to build one or two of the other ones. I'm not sure if I will build them all right away, but I have some plans of doing one or two of the other ones at some point. So turned out okay. And tell me what you think. Thank you for watching. See you next time.